Today we are here to see the American bison and a beautiful island. This island name is Antelope Island.
Continue on Antelope Island Road for 1.5 miles.
Antelope Island, with an area of 42 square miles, is the largest of 10 islands located within the Great Salt Lake in the United States. The island lies in the southeastern portion of the lake, near Salt Lake City and Davis County, and become a peninsula when the lake is at extremely low levels. Antelope Island State Park is a Utah state park, and the entire island is included in the park early in the 20th century because of its wildlife and scenic beauty. The island's shore is mostly flat with beaches and plain to the base of the mountains on the island. These steep mountains are visible from most of the northern oasis front, reaching a maximum elevation of 6,596 feet, which is about 2,500 feet above the level of the lake. Archaeological evidence dates the earliest habitation of Native Americans in Utah to about 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. Paleolithic people lived near the Great Basin wetlands, which had an abundance of fish, birds, and small game animals. Big game, including giant bison, mammoth, were also attracted to the water sources. Over the years, the megafauna disappeared, while American bison, mule deer, and pronghorn became more predominant. Around 8000 BC, this population were replaced by the desert Arctic people who sheltered in caves near the Great Salt Lake, relying more on gathering than the previous Utah resident. About 3,500 years ago, lake levels rose and the population of desert Arctic people appeared to have dramatically decreased. Artifacts discovered at Antelope Island State Park show that the island was occupied by prehistoric people more than 6,000 years ago. There are 40 freshwater springs on Antelope Island. Archaeologists have determined that human activity has taken place near these springs for at least 1,000 years. Look at that bison crossing the road. Let's talk about the bison. John Dooley purchased the island for $1 million and established the Island Improvement Company. Dooley is responsible for the introductions of the bison and the foundations of the Antelope Island bison herd. He brought 12 bison to the island. 4 bulls, 4 cows, and 4 calves were transported by boat on February 15, 1893. At the time, there were fewer than 1,000 head of bison in all of North America. Historians speculate that Dooley introduced the herd to the island for commercial purpose with the idea of establishing a rare opportunity for hunters to take the nearly extinct American bison. The 12 bison became the foundation of the Antelope Island bison herd that numbered between 500 to 700 animals, making it one of the largest and oldest publicly owned American bison herd in the United States. Antelope Island State Park is surrounded by the Great Salt Lake. The lake is the last remaining part of a vast inland Pleistocene sea, Lake Bonneville. At more than 1,000 feet deep and more than 19,691 square miles in area. The rocks in and around the Fielding Scar Ranch are some of the oldest rocks in the United States. At 2.7 billion years old, they are older than the rock in the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Tintic Courtside is found on the northern third of the island. It is about 550 million years old. Tufa rock on the island are some of the youngest rock in the United States. At the time, American bison were nearly extinct in North America, having suffered years of overhunting and extermination during the settlement of the American West. Biologists estimate that as many as 60 million bison roamed the western United States prior to the lands being settled by Anglo-Americans. These bison once inhabited the grasslands of North America in massive herds. Their range stretched across most of what is now the United States, from Florida and New York in the east and south to the Texas-Mexico border to Canada, and all the way west to the Pacific coast. The bison were an important resource for the native tribe of the western United States. Without the bison, the Native Americans were forced to seek peace. This is the Great Salt Lake Beach. The water is very high salinity, far salter than seawater. Due to its high salt concentration, most people can easily float in the lake as a result of the high density of the water. The Great Salt Lake is the fourth largest terminal lake in the world. Salt Lake does not support fish, but does support large number of brine shrimp and brine flies, which provide food for visiting waterfowl because of the high salinity. The island is mostly without readily available fresh water. That's it for today. Thank you all for watching my video. Thank you very much.